Sometimes reality fractures at the very edge of belief, drawing two minds into a world of paranoia and delusion that defies logic and shocks the senses. This is the haunting account of Ursula and Sabina Eriksson, identical twins whose inexplicable actions on a British motorway would become one of psychology's most astonishing cases. Their journey from quiet lives to a headline-grabbing tragedy reveals the terrifying power of Folie, Deux, or the madness shared by two, and the unfathomable depths of the human psyche.
If ever your life could be a true crime podcast episode, then this podcast is for you. We're about to embark on a roller coaster of emotions, insights, survival, and stories about escape. So buckle up and let the journey begin.
Welcome back to the EscapePod, Season 2. I'm Charity.
And I'm Karabeth.
How are you today?
I'm all right.
What are you escaping today?
I'm going to say wasps.
Okay, fair. Run. Run for your life.
They are back in full force. And it was funny because they're everywhere. And so, because they're looking for a
Warm place?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we hate them. We've all been stung by them at our house. And it hurts. So if you haven't been stung by a wasp,
I have.
It's really painful, and it hurts for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not like a bee sting is different. Wasps are nasty. They're mean,
vicious, yeah.
and their stings hurt really bad. So anyway, but we've got like the little Ring camera and like the little security cameras, and I swear they're taunting us. And so they keep coming on to the little camera, and it's like,
and they can see their little...
Yeah, I'm not really sure what they're doing, but it's like, so we're seeing lots of wasp butts on our little security cameras. And even this morning when I went out to the barn, it's like there was a wasp on the door to the barn, and I thought,
let's put that on our socials.
Yeah, I'm like,
see that.
Get out of here. Like, I'm just trying to do my chores. And then I opened up the door, and then there's like spiders, and anyway.
All
my
creepy crawlies.
Yes, that's what I'm escaping.
Yeah.
When it freezes, do they go away?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't really want it to freeze yet, but
no,
I'll just keep dealing with the wasps.
Please, God, no. What am I?
How about you? What are you escaping?
I think I am escaping. Oh, I know what I'm escaping. So, have you heard of back ablation? Like RFD? It's this procedure where they basically kill your nerves.
Oh no.
So I have low back degeneration, right?
Okay.
Like several discs that aren't 20 years old anymore.
Yeah.
So, a couple years ago, year and a half ago, let's say, I had an MRI and it showed a lot of muscle atrophy in the same area because it hurts. Like it hurts to do anything. So the muscles are almost non-existent. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go through this process so that I don't feel it so that I can rebuild the muscles. So I've had that second MRI. I haven't rebuilt them all, but I've rebuilt quite a bit.
Okay.
So I'm excited. But the nerve ablation it takes about 9 to 12 months for the nerves to grow back. So it's kind of like weed killer. You know how you spray the weeds and then they kind of like...
Yeah, they will.
So like over the course of a few weeks, the nerves kind of do that. And then they grow back a little bit start to grow back. So I had it done. In fact, the day I had it done was the day we laid Bev to rest. And so I made it like about a year and a half. So much longer than but anyway, all of a sudden my back is blown again and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then once my back blows, it's weeks before I can get back to my normal level of activity and weightlifting and all the things. And I've made so much progress and I'm somebody who, you know how driven I am.
You are
it's like I am not
Yes.
going to backslide. So anyway, I go in this week and somehow they missed. This is the only time I've ever had Valium in my life was for these procedures. Okay. And it's on both sides of my back. There's 4 nerves, so 3 injection sites where they're lasering in.
Yeah.
Hurts like hell. And I was pretty nervous about it the first time because you're totally awake. And so he prescribed me Valium, took the edge off, whatever. Well, they forgot to do that this time. So I got to go all natural.
Oh.
And I was so proud of myself because I had this dress on and I threw shorts on under the dress so that I'm not mooning the doctor on the table because it's my low back. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like, think I have this all planned out. And the PA, she's like, sorry, we are going to have to show some cracks. So she's like shivering. So that's when I'm escaping is like just that thought of like there's this great. And he's great. He's a great conversationalist, great bedside manner. He's talking the whole time. We're talking stories. So even though I'm like, this freaking hurts.
So how was it? So tell me the difference between the Valium and going just complete.
Actually, no difference at all. So now that I've done that, I'm like, oh, okay.
It was kind of like mind over matter type of deal. Like you just kind of focused and.
She gave me 2 little stress balls. Yeah. And I just but I'd keep my body still. He said sometimes he has patients that are jumping all over the table because it hurts.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I'm just like, just get it over with. Yeah. It's like having a baby, except much briefer. Yeah. So then in a week and a half or so, I go back for the second half and I'm like, wouldn't this make more sense if we just did it all at once? He goes, yep, but that's insurance. That is not me.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, wouldn't it be cheaper for insurance if they do it all at once? Yep. So doctors are just as frustrated with insurance companies as we are.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway.
Are you ready to re-enter the workforce or find a career that actually fits? Or maybe you're an employer tired of noisy platforms that miss the mark? Try Focus, a smarter hiring tool that helps you cut through the noise and focus on what matters. Visit focus.work today. That's FOQUS.WORK.
All right.
Have you heard of Folie?
I have not.
I have never taken French, so I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I know Spanish.
What accent was that? That was like a Transylvania
was it?
Vampire.
I don't know. I don't check French. Okay. So here's what it means. So madness shared by two was coined by in the 19th century by French psychiatrists, and it's a psychiatric syndrome where delusional beliefs are transmitted from one person to another. I don't know how, but they're usually people who are in really close relationship with one another, like family members or partners.
Or twins.
Twins, in this case.
Yes.
The primary individual develops the delusion first, perhaps during a psychotic episode triggered by whatever, stress, isolation, genetic predisposition, like whatever. And then like a contagion of the mind, so it's like a virus, it spreads to that secondary person who adopts this same false reality. And you've never heard of this.
I've never heard of this. And I'm kind of wondering, whoever named this, whoever studied this, I'm thinking how many people have had this? How many cases of this have there been? How?
More than you think. Huh. I've heard of this one on 2 other podcasts, but doing my own research, I got a whole new look at what happened after the incident that often gets reported on, things that I never knew about. So this was kind of a treat. Yeah. So symptoms can include really bizarre delusions like thinking your organs are being stolen, or that like people around you aren't real, or more plausible ones like being pursued by unseen enemies, like almost like schizophrenia. Yeah. It's rare. It's often fueled by social isolation. And while separation from the inducer can help the secondary, I keep pointing to you like I'm going to pass you a delusion. Watch out.
Please don't.
Put your shield up. Can help the secondary recover. Treatment might involve antipsychotics, therapy to rebuild trust and dismantle this shared madness. And in extreme cases like the one we're about to talk about, it can lead to some tragedy too. So...
buckle up.
All right, 1967, November 3rd. So a little ways away. Our story begins in the quiet town of Sund, Sweden, where Ursula and Sabina Eriksson entered the world November 3rd. They were identical twins. They grew up in a seemingly ordinary family. They had an older sister, an older brother. They showed no early signs of mental illness, no trouble with the law. As adults, life kind of pulled them apart. Ursula settled in the United States. Sabina built a home in Ireland with her partner and their 2 children.
That's different. Usually, I feel like a lot of twins tend to stay together. Yeah.
But on May 16th, 2008, something shifted. Ursula, so the one in the United States, arrived at Sabina's door in Ireland for a visit. Within hours, the sisters vanished without a word, boarding a ferry to Liverpool, England. Didn't tell anybody where they were going. It was just a top secret. So why the secrecy? Why the sudden flight? To this day, all of that's a mystery. But immediately these whispers of paranoia were like starting to people were raising an eyebrow.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So upon arriving in Liverpool that morning, the twins headed straight to a police station where they reported fears about the safety of Sabina's children back in Ireland. Officers checked in with Dublin authorities, learning of a recent argument between Sabina and her partner, but nothing alarming enough to hold them or remove the children from the partner's care. Undeterred, the sisters boarded a National Express coach bound for London around 11:30 that morning. But their journey wouldn't last long. By early afternoon on May the 17th at Kiel Services, which was a rest stop along the M6 motorway. So this motorway is like one of the busiest ones in the UK. Mm-hmm. Their behavior started turning erratic. So they claimed to feel unwell. They stepped off of the bus, and the bus driver was kind of unnerved by their refusal to let him check their bags.
Oh.
And they were being really odd. Like, I watched video footage, which I'd never seen with the other podcasts, so I really enjoyed diving into this one. But like any time they would talk to each other, literally they'd whisper in the other one's ear.
Oh, weird.
Even if no one was around.
That's weird.
It was so, just the body language was so strange, constantly like this and then whispering. So I don't know if they were seeing things or they thought, like, I really don't know.
Yeah, but that's weird. You'd think the only time you would whisper with someone, like you and I are in this room. I have no need to whisper to you. We just freely talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, but even when they were...
But even when they were alone, they would still... Yeah, that's super strange
middle of the
behavior.
parking lot, no one else around. Yeah.
Huh.
It's really strange. But the driver was kind of like, I'm good, so you can't get back on this bus. So they were barred from reboarding. Then the manager of the rest stop station called the police, afraid maybe because they would not let, and they were carrying their bags like protective, and so they thought that maybe there's a bomb in there. And they're not letting him check their bags. You'll find out later what's in the bags. But so anyway, called the police, afraid they might have a bomb in the bags. Their body language was super sus. Like everything was just weird as hell about these two.
Is this the first time, like, that you know of with you doing your research? Had anyone had any inclination that did these two ever act this way beforehand?
Nope.
Okay, so this is just out of nowhere.
Nope.
Both of them acting
Ursula
very
comes
strange.
to Ireland from the United States. Whatever happened at that moment is the and it.
And what was the trip
races.
from her coming to? Was it just a planned regular visit? Do we know, or
no? It sounded, in all the reporting that I found, like it was very unexpected.
Okay.
So it could be, this is why they think Ursula is the primary, Sabina's the secondary, that she may have already been in this delusional state when she
that's a quick transfer.
took the trip to Ireland and sucked her sister right into it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. So police arrived. They did confront the twins, but then they left. They deemed them no threat, and boy, oh boy, would they regret that. So the twins then set out from this bus station, and they started walking along the M6. So picture like 3-4 lanes of traffic in both directions with like a gated off, like short, like you could walk over at median with like grass in the middle.
Okay.
And so they're walking down the middle between these 2 lanes of traffic. And there's CCTV everywhere in the UK, right? So the women were seen walking between the opposing direction highways. And so they dispatched officers to the scene as like a welfare check. Like, why are these 2 women out there? This is a really dangerous place to be.
I think I would call it in.
Yeah. And before they get there, to go check on them, Sabina jumped the barrier and sprinted out into traffic. Like, not even like waiting for her moment, like picking a time so she'd be safe, freaking running straight into the cars twice.
Like playing chicken, or like there wasn't any cars driving, like she couldn't see?
Like maybe she couldn't even see the cars.
Crazy.
Yeah. So police show up, like this is all in short succession. So she jumps the barrier, she's heading out into traffic. Police show up, things really escalate. What happened next was captured on camera, so just, I don't know, divine intervention. There was a BBC film crew shadowing the motorway police for a documentary they were doing called Motorway Cops. And so the twins wandered into that central median of the M6. The officers approached, sensing maybe suicidal intent. And then without warning, Ursula bolts into the path of an oncoming semi-truck, barreling at 56 miles per hour.
My.
The impact crushed her legs. Leaving her gravely injured, but she was still alive. Her legs were described by one of the responding officers as having exploded, with bones protruding various ways. Not a fun sight, I imagine. And moments later, as if mirroring her sister's madness, Sabina once again dashes into traffic, and she was hit by a Volkswagen Polo. She crushed the windshield of this vehicle, hit it so hard. I mean, they're flying. Yeah. They're flying. And she was knocked unconscious for about 15 minutes, but astonishingly survived with serious but non-fatal injuries. So first responders now are like, what the hell is happening here? They've got these two to deal with. Ursula keeps telling them, I mean, her legs are crushed. She's on the ground. She keeps telling them, you're not real. You're not real. I know you're not real. So that body cam footage.
Do you feel the pain that you're in?
I don't think she did.
That's crazy.
I don't think either of them did. So it was really messed up. And they did an interview with the guy who hit her driving the big semi. Oh my God, this poor guy. He was just beside himself.
Okay, so I hit a bird. Okay, no, I'm going to take that back. I did not hit the bird. The bird hit my car this morning on the way in. It was a meadowlark, too, which I love so much.
I know. I cried.
Anyway, so I cried about that on the way to work, too, amongst a million other things. But it's like, even in that, or if one time we ran over Bunny. That was all the way when I was in high school. I don't even that. So let alone if I hit a person.
Anyway, Ursula then, like as the first responders are trying to tend to her, she starts spitting and she's scratching. She's screaming at them like, I recognize you. I know you're not real. She's asking for police. They're like, we are the police. You're not the police. I know you're not real. And she's literally crushed from the waist down, but she's fully conscious. It seems like she cannot feel the pain, and she's trying to flee, but she can't really flee, so she's attacking. Sabina, in the meantime, is starting to regain consciousness, and she starts shouting about someone coming to steal her organs, and she's trying to fight off help. She actually decks this female officer, knocks her down. I mean, hits her hard, all caught on camera, before, again, jumping the thing and running straight into traffic in the opposite way of where she ran the first time. It took 6 of them to surround her, restrain her, and try to get her under control. That's how strong and out of her mind she was.
It's one of those things where it almost sounds like possession, right?
Yes.
Like they're possessed because it's like this superhuman power. But I also feel like back in the day when they used to have the bad, what was it, cops, bad boys,
yeah.
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
And you watch those shows and you'd see people who were hopped up on,
oh my gosh,
whatever it was, whether it was cocaine or meth and they have that superhuman
excited delirium.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's just this crazy adrenaline. But I'm assuming these two were not on drugs. Correct. Or were they?
Nope.
No? Okay.
They sure were not.
That was rabbit hole number 2.
Sorry.
Keeping track.
Are we counting? Okay, we're counting this time, for real counting. So Ursula was airlifted to the hospital. She had a long and painful recovery, obviously. Sabina, however, was discharged about 5 hours after being taken into custody. Or she was discharged and taken into custody. When they're processing her, she didn't once ask about her sister. She seemed more worried about her appearance. She's constantly messing with her hair and looking in the glass and trying to fix her appearance.
Were they pretty girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, uniquely pretty. Yeah. She had a ring that she didn't want to take off, but never asked about her sister. So and she saw her sister get flattened by a semi, right? So I don't know. She was super personable though, very relatable. She was laughing and joking with the officers who were processing her.
I would have a really hard time with, you were just behaving this way and now.
Yep.
Weird.
They were, is flummoxed a word?
Yeah.
Had a brain stroke.
It.
Okay. They
flabbergasted.
Also, just what the hell?
Yeah.
They don't teach this in cop school, right?
No, because
there's no academy anywhere that's teaching how to deal with
That's
this.
what I'm saying. I'd be call a priest. Somebody get a priest here because
An exorcism,
yes.
yeah. And they thought in their interactions with her that she did not seem to remember anything that had happened, which could be why that she wasn't asking about her sister.
Right.
So they did blood testing on the twins, showed no evidence of drugs or alcohol in their system. On May 19th of that year, she appeared in court. Sabina did, pleading guilty to trespassing on the motorway and assaulting an officer. She was sentenced to time served and she walked free. Medical experts found her to be fit and sane, but they had not seen the footage that I watched and that the police had access to. So they would also later come to regret that. So that evening, she's wandering the streets of a village called Fenton, or city, town, whatever, with her belongings. She's wearing her sister's jacket, the same one she'd been wearing when she got hit by the semi.
Okay.
So clearly I don't know if they gave her the wrong stuff because they're twins. Like,
right.
I don't know if it's that. But she encounters two men. So Glenn Hollingshead was this kind-hearted 54-year-old man, and his friend Peter Malloy. They were walking Glenn's dog, and Sabina commented on the dog, like, hey, it's a nice dog you have there, whatever. And they approached her, and when they did, she said she was visiting her sister in the hospital and was looking for, like, a bed and breakfast. Mm-hmm. The men told her, sorry, there's, like, really nothing like that around here. So Glenn invites Sabina to his house to help her figure out a plan.
Men are such pigs.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody said he was just really a nice, helpful citizen.
Okay, well, then I take it back. I don't know him, but
she seemed to them very lost, very vulnerable. So, like, they offered to carry her belongings, and they noticed in this bag now there's a laptop and 2 cell phones, and then her red jacket that she'd been wearing on the freeway. The men thought maybe she was running away from an abusive partner or something, so they just felt, like, compelled to help.
Did these 2 men live together?
No.
Okay.
Nope, they were just good friends. So Sabina's paranoid festered while they were hanging out. I mean, I think they were drinking a little bit. There was some cigarettes going back and forth. But anytime they asked about her sister, she would start to kind of, like, escalate. And she would start looking out the window like maybe someone's following her. She would offer them cigarettes from her own pack, and then as soon as she'd snatch them out of their mouth saying it's poison. They're like, what the fuck? She's super weird. She's been smoking off the same pack all night.
Yeah.
What the hell is happening? She paced a lot. And so Peter was kind of like, I'm going to go. Like I'm not comfortable with this. Next day, Glenn, so she stayed the night there. The next day, Glenn tries to help Sabina find her sister. And so he calls his brother, who happened to work in the hospital system, and hoping maybe his brother could find some helpful information about Ursula. And that evening, as he's preparing tea and a meal in the kitchen, Sabina just grabs a knife and stabs him 5 times.
Okay. Again, somebody call a priest.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. Completely unprovoked, unexpected. Glenn staggers outside. He is able to find a neighbor, and he's gasping, she stabbed me. Well, he also asked the neighbor to look after his dog because he knew he wasn't going to make it. Yeah. And so he collapsed, he passed away, and that was it. So CCTV records.
I can't imagine that feeling in that moment.
Where
it's like that you're fading. And, yeah, I mean, and it was his dog that he had to ask for.
Yeah.
But what an awful. Here he was just trying to help somebody.
Yeah. And I think genuinely he was trying to help somebody.
Yeah.
I don't think he was being a pervert.
I take it back.
Okay, thank you. So CCTV records Sabina running away from Glenn's house, and she's carrying a hammer that she took from his garage. And then a passerby in a car kind of sees her running, and she's striking herself in the head with the hammer. And he's like, what the ah! So
that's jarring.
He stops the car. She's covered in blood. He wrestles the hammer from her. She fights him with what he later called a primitive type of rage. So you're right. Call the freaking priest. And then she hits him on the back of the head with something, and police later tell him it was like a roof tile or a brick she'd had in her pocket, also coming from Glenn's garage. Pursued by paramedics and police now, she leaps from a 40-foot bridge onto another highway below. Just jumps. She shatters her ankles.
I was just going to say, tell me she didn't land that jump.
shatters her ankles and her skull, but once again is just like invincible. So she survives. So she's arrested in June while recovering. Now she faces murder charges by September for what she did to Glenn. Her trial at the Nottingham Crown Court in 2009 revealed the diagnosis of Folie, labeling Ursula the primary inducer, Sabina the secondary. She might have also suffered from acute induced delusional disorder or voices she couldn't interpret. Sabina pled guilty to manslaughter with diminished responsibility, which would be like guilty by reason of insanity here. And on September 2nd, 2010, she was sentenced to 5 years in prison and served her time at the Bronzefield Women's Prison, and she was paroled in 2011, reportedly returning to Sweden. Ursula, in the meantime, recovered from her injuries, moved back to the U.S. Both sisters just kind of faded away from the headlines, leaving behind all those questions, like what caused this? Was it stress? What happened? What was the catalyst for this behavior? But I mean, brains are wild. We have no idea.
Well,
what do you think?
I think brains are wild because, well, when you say was it stress, I hope it wasn't stress because I feel like I've been really stressed lately with different things. And it's like, I don't ever want to experience any of that. Yeah. But, you know, when you say our brains are amazing. And the fact that I think, what is it? Like we only use 10% of them?
Something like that.
That right there is wild to me. And so I don't know. I mean, to me, I couldn't tell you what was going on here, but that's where it sounds like possession in a way. Like it's almost like.
Yeah, 10%. Gold star, KB.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. And even if we were able to tap into more of our brains, I would hope that's not where it would go, right? That we would just be more intelligent. This sounds crazy. Like there's nothing, it's nuts. I mean, the fact like even hitting herself with a hammer, jumping out into traffic, right?
Can you imagine?
No, I couldn't even do it once.
Ow, you just hit your head.
So that's where
on
I'm
the
like,
cupboard or something, and
it just doesn't seem
so painful. It's not sane.
No, there's nothing sane about it.
See, that's the thing, though. It's like, we've talked about cults. We've talked about people being brainwashed. We've talked about people being abused, and, that kind of changes their brain into things that they would endure or believe because they're abused. You have some kind of authority figure or whatever. This is just a whole new level of, a whole different, because it's not new, but a whole different level of delusion.
Well, and I think even if you thought, like, so if you're delusional and you think that you're in a different realm, maybe, and like nothing is real around you, why would you be hitting yourself in the head with a hammer still? Why would you be jumping out into traffic? Like, there's just certain things that don't make sense. It's almost like a out of mind and body experience.
Maybe it's the organ snatchers. Like, you don't get my brain. I'm going to destroy my brain, so you can't have it. You can't harvest my brain.
Yeah, you can't have my legs. I'm going to run them over.
Well, I don't think they were trying to, like...
They were just running away.
They were just running away. And it's when you watch this video coverage, and I think...
Did you put it in the source?
It is in the source. So you will have access to videos. But it's just like jump and run. Not even that human instinct of...
You better look.
Yeah.
That's where I'm
that
saying, like, it's almost like they didn't see the cars.
No, it's not. That delusion is so strong. It's just like jump and run.
Yeah.
And they didn't appear to be, like, it wasn't suicidal. It wasn't that resolve of, like, this is how I'm going to end my life. It was like, something's out to get me. Mm-hmm. You're not real. I need the police. We are the police. No, you're not. You're not real.
So so when the Ursula comes to Sabina, is that the other sister's name?
Yep.
And it's like, knock, 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 surprise, I'm here. Come with me. I just, like, so her husband and her kids, yeah. It's, again, it just seems like the way that grasp was so quick.
Maybe it's that twin connection.
I don't know.
There's also...
I feel like if you had something, this fibromyalgia that you're talking about, what's the word? Flamingo? What is it?
Folie.
Yeah, Folie. Okay, I probably still won't remember that.
I do not sound French. Fibromyalgia, yeah.
Anyway, So let's say you have that and you know what I mean? Like you've got something going on with you. And I just feel like even as twins, wouldn't it take just a little bit longer to rub off? It wouldn't be like an instant, like grab and go.
But I guess they just like, she shows up and they start spending time like off in the woods together and just like going on walks and cutting out everybody. And then all of a sudden they're gone.
Yeah. So, it's super weird.
I don't know. I mean, you know, there's a lot to be said about like, I don't know if you've ever read like those twin connections.
Oh, yeah.
Like they can feel each other's pain or, you know, so maybe that made it that much easier.
Yeah.
Whereas in like I can't remember what it's called when it's family, but it's like folie, whatever the French word is for family. But like a whole group is buying into this delusion kind of a situation.
It's almost like being brainwashed.
Kind of, except everything I read, it's almost more like osmosis than programming.
Yeah.
And it's so like, I don't know.
It just seems out of this world.
Be fascinating to study, but I don't know if anybody actually ever has an answer. It could find no answer on why.
And so did they just go back to being normal?
Yep.
Like nothing ever happened?
Yep.
Oh, that's super weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's...
Diminished responsibility. So...
Could you, okay, so something like this, I mean, like, you know that you stabbed a man, you killed him, and you were just out of your mind, and so it's like, oh, well, I was just out of my mind, I was completely delusional, sorry, and let's claim insanity, but now you're back to normal. Like, how do you sleep at night?
Well, it depends, though, because remember when she was in the jail, it did not appear that she even remembered what had happened on the motorway. So...
She's just like...
She may not even, like...
She has no recollection.
She probably recalls, I've gone to court, I've had to plead guilty to these things because now there's video evidence and, like, clearly I did these things. But she may not have had, yeah, I don't know, this is just conjecture, but she may not have been in the headspace where she has these memories of doing these things.
Yeah, but I think that would make me crazy in and of itself.
That would be hard, yeah.
Right? Like,
that might be
Charity,
harder.
you have to go to
That's
court.
That's like blackout drunk when, yeah.
Like, you did all these things and you're like,
I've never met you before in my life.
Yeah, I have no idea who you are. I did not do that.
Yes, you did.
It's like, yep, you did.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. So I thought that'd be fun.
It's nuts.
Are you looking for an early morning boost or that midday pick-me-up? Check out the Homebrew Coffee Shop, a coffee shop with a cause on the One Heart campus. At Homebrew, you'll find hope for a home in every cup. It's home to delicious coffee, sweet treats, breakfast, and lunch items. It's a great place to meet friends or host small group meetings. Homebrew is located at 201 Kansas City Street in Rapid City. Open Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll see you there.
So what are you skipping to this week? My water bottle hitting my mic.
Probably, I'm going to enjoy my mortgage. I don't know. I'm just going to go home and chill probably inside the house where there are no wasps. And maybe, okay, so thrift books.
Yeah.
Have you ever ordered from thrift books?
Uh-uh.
Well, I had to get on there the other day to order a clarinet because I found a cheap clarinet. Izzy's starting to play clarinet, which is super fun. I played it when I was younger, so I'm kind of able to, brings back old memories and I can kind of help teach her through it. But so anyways, I was like, I'll just order it online. And first I tried Amazon, then I stumbled into thrift books, was even cheaper. And I was like, yes. Bargain. Well, but then it was like, then there's this book and then there's this book. And so I went down a rabbit hole on thrift books and I have a bunch of books now that I get to read, which is good because we're going into winter. Things kind of slow down and,
I have not yet gone to, y'all, Rapid City is a big city now. We have a Barnes & Noble.
Oh,
I haven't been because here's what happened. So when we were in Miami recently, it was just so freaking hot. We went into a bookstore just to cool down for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I walk out with a big ass. Mm-hmm. And I'm figuring, now I've got to fly these home. I read them all.
You did?
I read a novel and a half in one day last weekend, sitting in the sun, just, I cannot. Yeah. And I have to have real books.
I have to have real books, too.
So I'm out of material again.
Well, go to Barnes & Noble, first of all. It's super. There's something about the experience. I love
bookstores.
I love the smell of books.
Yes.
I love going in and just looking at all the different, because I'm an artist. So it's like I love looking at all the different book covers.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I love to read. And Issy and I read with my girls too. Like sometimes we'll pick out books, and so we'll get 2 of the same book.
Yeah.
So that way she can hold her book and I can hold mine, and we can read together. The One and Only Ivan. Have you ever read that, or have you seen? Well, it's such a sad book. It's a really good children's book, but both her and I were just like, we get to this part, we're reading it, and the elephant. It's about these zoo animals.
I love elephants.
I know, and so this older elephant, she's sick, and the zookeeper, it's a crappy zoo in a mall, and he's just not taking good care of the animals, and she's got this infection. He doesn't take care of it, and she passes away.
What the hell are you
so we're reading.
your kids, Karabeth?
I didn't know. It's The One and Only Ivan. It's a kid's book. It's supposed to be good. We were bawling our eyes out. I mean, like just ugly cry together on the couch. My husband walks in. He's like, what is going on? Because, he went outside, and here we are reading books to each other. And then he comes back in, and we're just a complete mess. Izzy didn't even want to finish it. And I was like, we have to finish it, because this is going to turn. I said, this was really hard.
Oh, I think the book that I bawled the most at ever, where, it was that ugly, uncontrollable cry, Me Without You.
Oh, I haven't read that one.
I couldn't watch the movie because I cried so much during the book.
Yeah.
I'm just like, nope. And I'm sure the movie's lovely. I'm not going to do it.
Well, it's like Marley and Me. I can't watch that movie.
That one sucked too.
We always get to that point. It's super fun, super funny. Mm-hmm. Get to that point, I'm like, turn it off.
Nope.
I can't.
Not with the dog dying.
What about you? What are you escaping to?
Oh boy, what am I escaping to? I don't even know. What am I escaping to?
You could enjoy your mortgage.
I very much enjoy my mortgage. I am a homebody, totally. Well, there's like an end of summer hoorah, some friends of ours out in the woods with a band and a food truck and all the stuff. So that's probably going to be fun. We'll do that this weekend. I hope the weather's nice.
Mm-hmm. If the weather's nice, it's lovely. Well, Saturday's supposed to be kind of, but who knows? Maybe it'll just be a perfect day, regardless.
I hope so. I tell you what, I went to a wedding this past week, Saturday, outside in the hills.
You said it was phenomenal.
One of the most perfect, beautiful, unbelievable things I've ever seen in my life. So, you know who you are. Good job, you. It was beautiful. I'm like, holy crap. Picture perfect, movie perfect wedding. It was so amazing.
Yeah. That would have been fun to go see.
Gorgeous. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. The day.
Did they have a professional planner? Wedding planner? Yeah.
Whole team. Everything. Just
That's
stunning.
Awesome.
Yeah. So.
We get to go to my niece's wedding sometime at the end of May in 2026. So I'm looking forward to that.
We have another one this month, too. Also in the same area.
Yeah.
My daughter's best friend is actually getting married. I just never thought that would happen.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's a great wedding and
it's going to be great. It'll be lovely, and I'm really happy for her. So anyway,
that's fun. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Your support means the world to us and the people we serve. This episode resonated with you. Please let us know. Share it with someone who could use a little inspiration. Every download, follow, and subscription helps us fund the little
the little real life escapes.
Yeah,
those things.
Yeah, the funds. Yes.
Yeah, this is the EscapePod. This is why we do it.
That is why we do it.
It's for the people on our campus. We have 150 people on campus right now, and they are slaying it. Doing, the heavy lift of like having to rebuild your life.
Oh gosh.
I stand in awe of these people all the time, and sometimes we'll do stories from time to time, but so many of our guests prefer anonymity, which is why we don't commercialize it, if you will, and have them on. And when we do have ones, once in a while, they'll say, hey, I'd love to be on the podcast. Like, yes, because we love to be able to share those stories from their voices and not just,
not just
secondhand. But if it, you've been uplifted, challenged, if this episode has challenged you, entertained you, anything that you feel has brought some value to your life, please consider dropping a 5-star review on your favorite listening platform for us. Your voice and that response actually helps us reach more listeners. And we really are trying to turn this podcast into something that's bringing in more resources to serve the people that we're serving, because funding in the nonprofit landscape is hard. It's a desert. It's so dry. It's so dry, and the need continues to increase. So that can help. Become a patron. $2, $5, and $10 a month tiers for like a cup of coffee. You can help us liberate people from the crisis of poverty permanently. You can connect with us on socials through our website. You can send topic ideas to justbecause@escapepod.live, or send in your own escape story of any kind to escapeartist@escapepod.live, and we just might share it on a future episode.
I would love that. It would be really fun to kind of go through some of those and give some shout outs. So send those in, folks. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of the Escape Pod. Remember, trauma may be part of the journey, but you get to choose how you rise above it. So stay courageous and stay connected.
And remember to stay resilient and keep laughing. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.